I'm going to offer you some assistance for the graphing with the Mount Graham squirrels in case you haven't yet submitted the assignment or if you would like to redo your graph to earn points back. So I'm going to head down to the data table. And in this data table, you can see that there's year and average population estimates. This is the independent variable and the dependent variable. The data table got split into 3, so we could fit it all in a reasonable area. But when you graph it in your slides, you have to combine this data into one long set of columns. So I'm going to show you how to do that. First thing you want to do is you want to highlight your data. You want to just highlight down here in the first 2 columns through 1997. I'm going to copy that data, and then I'm going to head over to my spreadsheet, and just like every graph we've done this year, I am going to paste my data in my spreadsheet. So you can see here I have the years from 1987 to 1999 and the average population estimates for each of those years. Now I'm going to go back to the Mount Graham squirrel assessment here, and I'm going to go grab my next chunk of data, which is from 1998 through 2008. I don't need the title because I already have the title in my sheets for my data. So again, I'm going to highlight it, I'm going to copy and paste it, and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to paste it underneath my first set of data. Now we have a minor problem here. We have this blank row. And when you're graphing documents don't like blank rows. So all you have to do is highlight one of the boxes. You can go up to edit, or you can right click and you go to delete row. And you'll notice now my data, my years are one continuous column from 1987 through 2008. However, that's not all my data because I have data through 2019. So I need to go back to my squirrel assessment, and I'm going to grab this last set of data from 2009 to 2019. I'm going to copy this data, and I am going to go over here into my spreadsheet, and once again I'm going to Control V or paste over here, and once again you can see we have this gap, so I'm going to again delete this row. So now I have my 2 columns, my independent variable, which is the year, and my average population estimates, which are all listed here. And you can graph this data following the written instructions for graphs from the virtual Google Classroom. And I'll give you a hint that it's a line graph. A line graph is what you're going to want to choose. Other hints. These 3 analysis questions, you see how they're highlighted in yellow? You need to make sure that you're answering these questions or else you lost points. And when it says be specific with your data, use years, I need you to do what it asks you to do, okay? Don't try to do shortcuts. Your question for your CER is, how are the causes of habitat decline affecting the red squirrel population? Your claim should be answering the question. Okay, don't give me a bunch of data that might be true. If I read your answer and it's not answering the question, then your claim is wrong. If your claim has because in it and you're trying to explain, then your claim is wrong. It's just a simple 1-sentence answer to that question. The because or the evidence, that's where you give that, the because part, right? So here's where you give data. You're going to use numbers. And what years was the population? And how did that correlate with the fire or the beetles or the other squirrels, the invasive species? Like, how did the Mount Graham squirrel numbers change based on these disturbances to their habitat? And then finally, reasoning. Reasoning has 4 parts. Each one of these parts that's listed here is what we are looking for. If you take a look at your rubric, this is also what we're looking for in the evidence in the claim. This is how we're grading your CERs. You need to make sure you're following everything if you want full credit. So I wish you luck in either resubmitting for more credit or in getting it done in the first place. As a reminder, this is a lab assignment. It's in the 40% category, and it's really important that you get it in. Have a good day, scientists.